We are live.
Okay, we're outside of the Eden Gardens. The test match between India and South Africa kicks off. Test cricket returns to Eden Gardens after a 6-year long break. And already the crowd is quite buzzing. You can see that the queues are starting to form up and people are pouring in slowly. But quite a pleasant morning here in Kolkata. But we are going to talk about what playing 11 India will go in with. One spot open, three options with the Indian management, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav or Akash Deep. Who will India go in with? What are your thoughts, Moria?
First thing, it's so great to do a test match in Kolkata. I
Yeah,
mean, after 6 years, 2019, that too was a day-night test match, not a morning test
pink ball.
match. Pink ball. This morning, I mean, when you and I stepped out of home at 8 o'clock, Shomik stepped out at home. This, I was thinking about England, our usual routine, the same
Yes.
show. But doing a test match in Kolkata feels so good. Feels so good. I mean, I don't care what happens, but this ritual, nothing to do with IPL, no denigration of anything, but Test cricket is Test cricket. This is the best format. This is the most pleasing format. And look at the weather, beautiful weather. People streaming in. Look at the happy faces. The car park man actually walked up to the two of us and said, "Sir, kahin bhi park kar dijiye. IPL nahi hai, problem nahi hai." So you like the vibe is people are not stressed. People are calm. It is fabulous. And there you see visuals which Devashi sent at about 7:30, quarter to 8 in the morning. People had already started streaming in. Shomik, I would still go in with Kuldeep Yadav. What about you?
See, on the face of it, if you are dropping Kuldeep Jadhav on a home test, that is, on the face of it, it's preposterous. You are dropping your best spinner and arguably the best spinner in the world across formats. That is my personal opinion. But in the name of combination, you cannot do it. You can do it. You can, I mean, have your multi-skilled cricketers, so-called multi-skilled cricketers. The majority of them are bits and pieces. I will not take names, but uh, this is test match. This is the purest format of the game. This is a game for the specialist. You can do anything you like at the IPL. You can do anything you like at the T20 cricketers, bits and pieces cricketers. That is fine. But here, Kuldeep Yadav in a home test without Kuldeep Yadav, it doesn't add up. But at the end of the day, I think this team is a bit wary. This team is a bit wary about that New Zealand whitewash is still in the back of their mind, and the scars haven't healed yet. West Indies couldn't pose a challenge. West Indies, and also for the fact the second test at Delhi, the way West Indies bounced back. Uh, See how much the impact it had made. Kuldeep Shubman Gill at the press conference yesterday said, "We are not going to enforce the fall one again. I've learned the lessons." So that is how it is. So you can imagine that if the captain is saying that I'm not going to enforce the fall one again on the heels of a one rear guard from the West Indies, the impact of 3-0. I think this is the impact of 3-0. If but I still believe, I totally agree that Kuldeep must play.
Your thoughts?
I've been saying Kuldeep since I've landed in Kolkata. You can't drop Kuldeep, especially after the performance he gave you, especially after the breakthroughs he gave you in Delhi and in that two-match West Indies series. I think if India goes in with Akshar Patel at this point, it will again come back to that cushion in batting, and I think it will be a very defensive move when you can have an outright wicket taking bowler. Why would you go in with an extra batter when you have a Dhruv Jurel already in that team, cementing that, giving you that extra cushion? He's a pure batter. What more do you need? You don't need to bat till number 9. You are okay with your batting. You have Sai Sudarshan, you have Dhruv Jurel, you have multiple options up there. Shubman Gill has been doing very well. KL Rahul, Yashasvi Jaiswal in the test that they have played recently have done so well. Why do you need that extra cushion? Go in for the kill, go in for that specialist spinner, because look at this wicket. This is a tailor-made wicket for Kuldeep Yadav. Again, we keep talking about how this surface will progress. First 2 days are for the fast bowlers, and then it'll start turning. This pitch hasn't been watered for the past 2 days, yesterday and today. Kuldeep Yadav's X factor will come in the first 2 days if India is going in for fielding. So that's how it is. I still think India, if India wins the toss, they should bat first. But India and toss are not a match made in heaven.
That was another question. India and toss are like, you know, yeah. I mean, I'm not even saying it.
6-1, 6-1.
No, some 15-1 or something,
No, no.
right?
As
Or
far as
Shubman Gill, test
Shubman
bat,
is
test
a
cricket.
6-1.
Only he won
Only
only
Delhi.
in Delhi.
In Delhi.
See,
Yeah,
see?
you were there, now you're here.
No, nonsense. What are you saying? She was there in England for the
All
5
five
tests.
matches.
I mean, come on. I mean, don't give her credit. She was there in England for the 5 tests. She made sure that he lost all. Now she's claiming Delhi. I mean, look. Yeah, this is fraud. This is pure age fraud. But India and tosses, show me. But win toss, bat first wicket.
Absolutely. In India, I mean, yesterday, pretty tongue and cheek, when Timba Babuma came at the press conference, and he said, I had a conversation with Ken Williamson, and he told me, Ken Williamson, New Zealand, because New Zealand won the 3-0, na, and
Okay.
over
That's why. Wow.
so he had a conversation with Ken Williamson, and Ken Williamson told him that come what may, you can't afford to lose tosses in India. So he said, I'm trying, I'm practicing my coins. So that was, but when the,
Okay.
There, Saurav has done something. He has changed the coin.
oh
The
yes,
coin that will be used is that special coin we released
Exactly.
last night.
Yeah.
That is only one piece. So Temba can't practice with that.
that is a
One
step
step
yeah,
forward.
yeah.
but way out.
that is a sort of master stroke. I mean,
Shubman will win the toss because credit will go to Saurav.
2.5 decades back at this very venue,
Yeah.
Yes.
Saurabh kept Steve Waugh waiting for the toss.
Oh yes.
Not just that. Then you have you asked him what he did? In his answer. So Saurav, I asked him. I said, "Shotti kotha bolo to. Tell me the truth. You made Steve Waugh wait." He said, No. I said, then how did it all happen? He said, you must understand, I left my blazer in the dressing room. How can I make Steve Waugh wait? I said, listen, do not lie. That was a deliberate ploy. You mean you're coming out of the dressing room as Indian captain, you are leaving that blazer, you have walked right up to the pitch without knowing that you're not wearing the blazer. So you walk back the whole distance and you can't ask someone to get the blazer. You stand there, ask someone to get the blazer, it takes 1 minute. You are going back and coming out in another 10 minutes and you're saying, no. It was a master stroke from
We
Ganguly.
need Shubman Gill to pull off something
but
like
I
that.
have a serious question for you. Do you think that, I mean, average or just above average players who are not the real champions, in the sense that who are not the real great players, when they become coaches or when they become captains, there is that negative mindset, in the sense that you see that outright aggressive or attacking approach from someone like Saurabh Ganguly. He was a champion cricketer. You saw that from Virat Kohli. He is a champion cricketer, one of the all-time greats. But when you go back to other players who are not up to that level, when they come to coaching or when they take up, I'm not judging Shubman, but when they come to coaching or when they take up the role of captaincy, that safety-first approach comes to the fore. Do you think that?
The question is a very fair one, but in Gill's case, I think the only thing that could have prompted that is the New Zealand series.
But not Gill.
Gautam also. That's why. I mean, Gill and Gautam combination, because otherwise, you see, they have also taken some bold calls. The inclusion of Harshit Rana in Perth was a bold call.
Yeah.
The inclusion of Washington Sundar in Manchester
England,
was a bold call. There have been some real, Karun Nair getting him back from Ranji Trophy cricket. He could not do
Shardul.
whatever is an interesting call. So Shardul Thakur was it? But even in England, in that last test, see, in the name of workload management, England played defensive and left out Jofra. England played defensive and left out a couple of others. Stokes was injured. India pushed in Siraj. They asked him, are you okay? Yes, go. So India did take some bold calls. I think the England series will have empowered Gambhir and Gill to shed the defensive tag. Today will be a bit of a demonstration. If they go in with Akshar Patel, it will be a little defensive call. Not little, seriously defensive call. As I said, up to 8, you are playing a batter at 8 who scored you 100 in England. A Washington Sundar is still in my book a better batter than a bowler.
And he bats at number 3.
Number 8, number 3, 4, whatever. Plus drift he will get and all. But look at the kind of oval. He got a half century. Manchester, he got a century. If that guy at number 8 doesn't give you cushion, and what are we talking about Kuldeep Yadav? Kuldeep Yadav has scored a test 50. He's dour with the bat. He has the defense. He will hang on. He will. He's no mug with the bat. So I would really, really want India to go in with a combination that will also pick 20 wickets. Now, Gargi, tell me, how many of these South African chaps have actually played quality left-arm spin? How
Exactly.
many of them? On a daily basis, they play Keshav Maharaj. On a daily basis, they play Muthuswamy. I know, okay, left-arm spin, Jadeja Aksar. But Kuldeep Yadav, you have that man in your side. Play him.
Kuldeep Yadav is an outright X factor for the Indian team.
100%.
If you don't use him, when you have a bowler like Kuldeep Yadav in your armory and you do not go out there and put him on the field, I think that's a seriously defensive move. I'm not even going to the fact that these South African batters have not played a bowler like Kuldeep. But the fact that for the first 2 days, I keep thinking about the first 2 to 3 days when the surface will not give much to the
Suppose South
spinners.
Africa wins the toss. Suppose what
Exactly.
she's saying happens, and then they go into
South
bat.
Africa
Then what
going
happens?
to bat.
I still can understand if you are playing Akashdeep at
Yes.
the expense of Kuldeep.
That is right.
Exactly.
Because
That is right.
you are
Exactly.
taking you are playing three fast bowlers. Akashdeep, it's home patch.
reverse
Reverse
swing.
reverse swing will come into play on this pitch. I still can understand.
But
But
not Akshar
Kuldeep or Akshar Patel, no disrespect to him. He's a brilliant,
brilliant
cricketer,
cricketer.
in his own right. But as far as Test cricket is concerned, he is Jadeja's backup. As long as Jadeja is there, he is Jadeja's backup. We have to deal with that. I mean, it is the embarrassment of riches, but that is
He's
how it
so
is.
right. Had there been no Jadeja, Aksar would walk in.
Then, yeah,
But the
absolutely.
fact of the matter is, Adam Gilchrist had to wait for years for Ian Healy to retire.
Exactly.
I mean, Adam Gilchrist, for God's sake, the greatest wicketkeeper batter of all time. He had to wait his time for Ian Healy to retire and then step into that Australian side.
Yeah.
Sad for Aksar Patel. But the fact is, if you play Aksar Patel, then you are doing a bit of a disrespect to Kuldeep Yadav. Even Akashdeep. Suppose Bumrah Siraj, 4 overs, 5 overs, then what? You don't have a third thing in Nitish or whoever, then who do you go to? You go to an Aksar Patel, 11th over of a test match, day one. Ravindra Jadeja, 11th over, 12th over of a test match.
It's just
Ravindra
not
Jadeja,
possible.
come on.
No.
I mean, my gut feeling is still, maybe at the end of the day,
Akashdeep?
caught in the quagmire of Kuldeep and Akshar Patel, Akashdeep will make the cut. That is a reporter's
it
hunch.
could be a very
That is a reporter's hunch,
be a
but
It's not a
possibility.
bad hunch at all.
No,
You
no.
have two spinners. You have two quality spinners in Jadeja and Washington. Eden Gardens, the drift will happen. Eden Gardens, that wind will come from there. The Ganges side will flow in. And that side, that block there is still this thing, there will be reverse. From day 2, there will be reverse. There, Shubhan finally has managed to park his bike somewhere. Shubhan, welcome. Shuru kar. So I do think Shomik has a point there in Akashdeep. What's your hunch? You've seen practice much more closely than I have. I mean, in fact, I haven't seen practice because I'm not
Yeah.
accredited. You two are. So what is your hunch?
No, when it comes to the intensity of practice sessions, both Akash and Kuldeep have had similar intensity. So you can't say that, oh, one has done more or one has done less, so this player is playing. You can't say that. But at the same time, if it were up to me, I would play Kuldeep. I would 100% play Kuldeep. I understand that you are a pacer shot without a Nitish Kumar Reddy in that playing 11. But at the same time, if you want that X factor, if you want to go for the kill, it's Kuldeep Yadav. Akashdeep has been, yes, he there were moments where he was brilliant in was it
Edgbaston.
Manchester Edgbaston, but we saw what happened at the end of that tour when Akashdeep started getting he got injured and then wasn't really his best. So I think you need to go in for Kuldeep Yadav at this
there
point.
are two sides to Gargi. The fact of the matter is that reverse swing will definitely come into play. And Akashdeep is predominantly a new ball
Yes.
bowler. He struggles a bit. He doesn't have that Shami's ability to reverse the ball. Doesn't have the
But
ability.
he's a very good bowler against left-handed batsmen.
Exactly, he's a
Yes,
very good bowler.
correct.
And with two fast bowlers, you don't have a seam bowling cover. With two spinners, spin bowling all rounder, you still have a spin bowling cover in just a Jaiswal.
100%.
You can bring his leg spin into the fore. Once again, going back to 2.5 decades ago, and we all sort of forgot what Sachin did on the final day with his leg spin. It is not only about VVS, that was an epic, or Rahul's that partnership, or Harbhajan. Sachin played a massive part on the final day.
This really makes you
Oh,
think. This
absolutely.
really
And
makes you
he beat Shane Warne with the googly. Shane Warne did not read that googly from Tendulkar. He pitched it there, ball turned. Shane Warne was back foot gone. He in fact walked up to Saurav and said, "Give me 5 overs." He walked up to him and said, and actually he didn't say five, he said two. He said, if the ball comes, because with Sachin, what used to happen was he had everything. He could bowl all balls, but on days it wouldn't come out of the hand.
okay.
So because he didn't bowl, Anil actually told him that if you bowl, we will not be the bowlers we are. He was that talented. But with Tendulkar, because he didn't bowl, it wouldn't come out on on every occasion. So he said, "Give it to me. Let me see if it comes out today." It came out, and then he said, "Okay, now keep me going for 2-3 overs." Saurav pushed him 5 overs, 15-3, match done. Try that out. Try that out with the crowd and all.
And you actually saw Yashasvi bowling in Delhi.
100%, and he's right that leg spin option comes in.
Yeah.
Kuldeep Yadav, I totally buy. I've got absolutely no problems with Kuldeep Yadav. But if you
If
play
you want
Akshar
to,
Patel,
yeah.
if you play Akshar Patel, no disrespect absolutely to Akshar Patel, I will say it's a very, very different. You're telling South Africa that with my 8 batters, I'm still scared.
Exactly. And this is, I mean, for heaven's sake, this is a home test. You should have the bragging rights. You should behave in a way that you are the dominant force. South Africa, you cannot judge. South Africa have lost 6 of their last test matches in India.
Okay, by South Africa, why are you sort of giving South Africa
Exactly,
that much
just
of
on the back
home
of
soil?
one World Test Championship final win, which I think Australia dropped their guard. They became a little too casual. I'm not disrespecting South Africa.
I
I'm not
understand.
taking any credit away from them.
This is your
But
home.
I think Australia were not up to it.
No.
यहाँ पे अगर आप 9 बैटर खिला दोगे ना,
Exactly.
ये क्या हो रहा
When
है?
there's been so much
তোমরা করো,
support,
আমি একটু হিন্দি করে আসি সবার।
so much support from Shujon when it comes to dishing out the kind of surface that they wanted. Shujon has been doing everything that he possibly can to give the Indian management the kind of wicket they need. They have that backing. They have riches when it comes to options. They have Akash right now, one spot, 3 options. That says a lot about Indian cricket right now. That you have an Aksar, you have an Akash Deep and a Kuldeep Yadav, but Aksar making it to the team just does not make sense to me. When you have one bowler who can, back up Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah and bring in that reverse swing, is incredible to left-arm bowlers, is incredible with the seam as well. So in those starting overs, in that first session of the first 2 days, Akash Deep can be someone who can be very, very instrumental. And of course, you have a Kuldeep who is an outright wicket taker. It does not. Aksar is a bit of a misfit here.
Garge, just moving away from that Kuldeep Akshar Akashdeep debate, this series is very important for one individual, that is Shai Sudarshan.
Oh,
Number
absolutely.
3 is the spot that is not sealed yet. And number 3 is the most important batting position in
In
Test
Test
cricket.
cricket.
So from that point of view, it's a very, very important series for Test cricket. And there are, unfortunately, we talk about the embarrassment of reaches in Indian cricket, bowlers, everywhere. But if you look at Indian cricket, there's a dearth of pure number 3 batsmen. India have been fortunate with some.
Sarfaraz?
Safras is not a number 3. Can't, I mean, he bats
No, I'm
for
saying
5.
if
he
you
bats
try
for
to-
5 for Bombay, in fact,
Yeah,
in
exactly.
domestic cricket.
No, I know.
So it is not about number 3 is about you have to have the ability to play the new ball. So that is the thing. And over the years, India have been very fortunate with some great number
Let's
threes.
go closer.
Some great number 3s. In the 1980s, it was Dilip Vengsarkar, then Azhar came, and then Rahul Dravid made that spot his own.
Yeah.
Rahul Dravid, the greatest number 3, Indian number 3 in the the greatest number 3 in the history of Indian cricket. Then followed by Cheteshwar Pujara, who was another colossus. So after that, now that number 3, the position is a void. So do you think that Sai Sudarshan would be under a little bit of pressure to perform in the series?
I think I have a mind. I think he might be under a lot of pressure. Because you look back on England, there were times when he really stood up to the challenge and under pressure he performed. There were multiple times when he sort of saved the sessions, but when it comes to cementing that place, I think Sai Sudarshan still has a lot of work to do, and it is on the Indian management at this point to sort of groom him. And they have already shown a lot of faith in him, with always saying that we want to give Sai Sudarshan a longer rope, and they have proved that, because I know Dhruv Jurel is a number 5 batter, but at the same time, if they had the option, if they wanted that extra pacer, they could have very well dropped Sai Sudarshan, gotten Dhruv Jurel in at number 3 and let Nitish Kumar Reddy keep his place in the team, but that did not happen. So that gives you, a sense of how much faith is being put in Sai Sudarshan. And
Actually, he
these
is a
two
long-term
matches,
investment at number 3.
absolutely, he's very young. He has shown you that he has what it takes. He can switch gears effortlessly. He's a good player of spin. Obviously, he plays swing bowling really really well. And the one thing I like about Sai Sudarshan is that with the fact that he's so technically sound, and you can see that the way that he works in the nets on all his technicalities, plus he can switch gears so easily. When he needs to go into that aggressive mode, he can do it very very well.
I think, Gargi, that for Sai Sudarshan to be successful in Indian conditions, um, he will have to tweak his technique a bit because he's predominantly a back foot player. In Indian cricket, you have to come onto the front foot.
Yeah.
That is the thing. So obviously he's working on that, and he is a great prospect. That is fine, but he will have to score runs.
He will have
He
to
will
score.
have to score runs. That is one area. That is one area which looks a little vulnerable as far as Indian batting order is concerned. Otherwise, everything is pretty much sorted.
Yeah, absolutely. He did not score much in the West Indies series, did he?
Yeah, second Delhi first innings he scored an 80 odd. He
Yeah,
batted well.
he batted really
he,
well.
he was he gave a, I mean he was survived by a drop chance. He had a reprieve.
Right,
But then
right.
again,
Now
that
I
is fine.
remember.
That's part of the game. But he scored. So we have to give the credit where credit is due.
And that Delhi wicket wasn't easy either.
But
It
the
was a
thing
very
is that
low-
it is low. You
low,
could
slow-
adjust.
yeah, exactly.
Here there would be more carry.
Yes,
Yeah, the ball will come nicely onto the bat. I think the stroke players will enjoy this pitch.
absolutely.
I see at least 4 centuries across both teams. I see at least 4 centuries. I mean, if they bat well, and don't blame me if they can't. If they can't, because that is down to the blame. In that case, would lie on their feet for not batting well.
Correct. No blame on Shujon.
No blame on Shujanda. Shujanda is a fantastic curator. He's one of the best curators, along with Nadim Bhai in Bombay. I mean, he is one of the best curators in India. And Shujanda always prepares good pitches.
When we had that conversation with him on match day -2, no, I think it was match day -3. Sorry.
I have to offer a profound apology to Shujanda because I was supposed to carry a book for him from
Oh,
Bombay,
really?
and
And you
I
forgot.
completely forgot. Once I return to Bombay, I'll courier it to him.
Yeah, but I love the fact he has a little bit of humor in him, and he said, when it comes to India, I always want the pitch to favor India, not so much for KKR.
Absolutely, he's absolutely right.
He is, of course,
He is absolutely right. KKR is a franchise. KKR plays in a franchise league, but this is Indian cricket. This is completely different.
Yes.
Yeah, you can support or cannot support KKR. As an Indian, you will always support India, right?
Absolutely, and we're 5 minutes away from the toss. Will we see another loss, or will the new special coin finally come in? Bring in some good luck. We'll have to wait and watch. But I really wanted to talk about the South African top 4. Very good players of spin. Which is why, again, I keep saying bring in Kuldeep Yadav, because
Absolutely.
they will negate Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar very, very well. Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar are the kind of bowlers that will need the surface to do a little something to get that spin. And if South Africa is batting first, your
I
thoughts?
think it would be it would be a taste of Shubman Gill's captaincy. He needs to give Washington Sundar the right end.
Okay.
Giving him the right end would be very,
Very
very important.
important to bring in that drift.
Because from second session onwards,
There
there
would
would
be
be a breeze blowing
There's
from
already
the
one.
Ganga, from that side.
Yeah.
From that side, there a breeze would start blowing, and Washington Sundar is bowling. Is very, very reliant on that drift.
Yes.
He's not a big turner of the ball.
No.
He doesn't have Ashwin's variations.
But
But
the
what he
drift-
has, he can fool the batsman with his drift. So it would be very important for Shubman Gill to use him from the right end.
And what about, when we talk, since we're on the topic of Shubman Gill, we've seen a few mistakes happening when it comes to changing bowlers. In England, we saw some of it happening. In Delhi, now he's taken accountability for enforcing that follow on, but there were a few times when Shubman Gill did not end up making the right calls. He is progressing as a captain. Of course, no one is born a captain or no one becomes a perfect captain overnight. You will have to give him at least a couple of years. But your thoughts, what do you want to see from Shubman
To
Gill?
start with, Shubman Gill is a work in progress. His
Yes.
captaincy is not the finished article.
Of course.
So every captain, even the very best of them, the greatest of them, I think if you ask the old timers, they would say even arguably India's greatest ever test captain, Tiger Pataudi also made mistakes. I mean, the greatest captain, one of the whoever, Ian Chappell, Rishi Beno, Imran Khan, we are talking about the giants in terms of captaincy, in terms of cricketers. They also made mistakes. Shubman is new to the job.
Absolutely.
He is,
I
I mean,
agree,
he
completely
has just
agree.
started. He will learn from his mistakes.
Of
It is
course.
important to learn from your mistakes. And once he is a good student of the game. That is why, that is why he will crew as skipper. Nobody counts as a born captain. No one. No one. I mean, it is a very difficult job. And test captaincy, it is not about it is not about white ball captaincy. Test captaincy is completely different. You have to capture the nuances, the intricacies. You have to stay ahead of the game. Shubman will learn. Like Shubman said, I have learned from my Delhi mistake that I'm not going to enforce the follow on ever again.
And that's quite nice because you know what, when on that day it was the follow on was enforced later in the day, in the second
Second session.
the end of second session, something like that. And when Ryan and Doshkate came out at the end of the day for the press conference, he wholeheartedly defended, because obviously journalists were asking why would you enforce a follow-on at this point in the game when you have the upper hand. And Ryan and Doshkate came out in full defense of the management and Shubman Gill and said that, you know, this is what we wanted to do and we did it for these reasons. And the fact that after that, I mean, Shubman Gill had no point, or rather, he would not gain anything from expressing that, oh, I've made a mistake, but he came out in public and took accountability,
Yes,
which is a
yes.
huge character.
Which means that he is ready to own up his mistake.
Exactly.
Which means he's an honest cricketer.
Already after Ryan has defended him, he didn't
that
have
means
to.
he is an honest cricketer, which is
Exactly.
very, very important.
He didn't have to.
If you don't have that honesty, that professional honesty, you are not going to progress in any profession, in our profession, in everybody. I mean, suppose in our profession, someone can go up to an extent by copying, by control seeing and control being. But if someone can own up the responsibility, if you or I can own up my article, if we are honest about that, we'll progress.
100%.
It is applicable to every profession.
I mean, look, this is why I don't understand the hate that Shubman Gill gets, and the kind of abuse that Shubman Gill gets on social media. Because if you look back on the greatest captains that India has ever had, if you go back to Rohit Sharma in the beginning of his years as a captain was sort of criticized for being too reactive. Virat Kohli was criticized for being too aggressive. MS Dhoni was criticized for being too nonchalant. So really, the kind of traits that you ended up falling in love with when it comes to these captains were the things that you hated in the beginning. So you have to give them time. You have to give Shubman Gill time. Really, when you look at it, it's only been months since Shubman Gill has been made captain and he's been expected to do I don't know what, flip the galaxy or something like that, but that's not fair.
But Gargi, see, the greatest India captain, as far as I'm concerned, is Saurabh Ganguly.
Yes.
Pataudi was before my time, so I haven't I haven't seen him. So Saurabh Ganguly, go and ask him. He's right. He is just 50 years away. Go and ask him. Haven't you ever made a mistake on the field? He will tell you. I have made plenty.
Yeah.
He is the greatest captain. Virat Kohli, his first test as captain in Australia, he was. You can hear.
Whoever won the toss has chosen to bat first. I couldn't hear.
It is happening.
It is happening right now. Sorry.
Babuma. Once again, Shubman Gill has lost the toss.
Hell, man.
Once again,
the
the coin changed. The coin changed. It is a bit like East Bengal's
What's
form.
going on?
No, it is a bit like and this is dedicated to Agni. On live show, this is dedicated to Agni. Um, uh,
Not again.
so, Tang family in Chik, and I was going after Agni, my colleague. This is a bit like East Bengal's form, but once again, Shubman Gill has lost the toss. Temba Babu has won. The coin
But
changed, but his luck
we didn't
didn't.
hear what he chose.
Definitely, he has chosen to bat.
Obviously.
Yes.
Chosen
You,
to bat first.
in India, you win
You
the
don't-
toss.
you bat.
You bat first.
I'm just
That is the
waiting for
template.
I'm just waiting for the team now. That's Shubman speaking. Oh, come on, give us a team. Anand.
Kuldeep was practicing on one of the side nets before the toss. I mean, he was.
Okay.
Will he play?
I
Will-
think he could very well play.
I mean, I still believe whatever in the Test cricket is for the specialists. You
come
don't
on.
Kuldeep Yadav in home conditions.
I am incredibly excited to see what team India goes with, and we're just not getting the team list.
On-
It's not pinging for you, it's not pinging for me. We're both just.
and we have been waiting in bated breath because
I know. Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
now Temba is.
We couldn't. Let's hear what he says. We would have wanted to bat first.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's a good surface.
Should India have
Wait, let's hear if he says any changes or something like
Rabada misses out with a rib injury.
that. Oh.
Corbin Bosch is replacing him. Rabada
Okay.
misses out. That's the big news as of now. Rabada is one of the
That's a
best
big
fast
blow for
bowlers. A
Australia.
big blow for South
Big
Africa.
blow for Australia.
Or the
Oh,
South Africa.
Sorry,
Big
sorry.
blow for South Africa. And Rabada is one of the best, one of the very best. So that's a huge blow. That's a huge blow. Corbin Bosch is a talented cricketer, but he's a bit raw. He's a bit raw, and Rabada, you cannot replace the irreplaceable. So that's a big advantage as far as
Anyway, South Africa don't have the likes of Lungi and Gidi.
exactly.
They don't have
Marco
the best of
Jensen
them.
is there.
Yeah.
Marco Jensen will get some bounce on this pitch because
But
of his height.
only one, massive bowler in that lineup.
Yes. Rabada
Gill
is a
saying-
big miss.
Gill is saying, hopefully I'll win the toss in the WTC final.
And then there would be a confusion whether to bat first or bowl first. Like still,
No team. How come?
the thing is that
Oh, I have it. Okay, here's the team. KL Rahul, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Washington Sundar, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, Ravindra Jadeja, Dhruv Jurel, Aksar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj. Sai Sudarshan out of the team.
Sai Sudarshan out of the team.
How is that possible? What is going on?
It came on BCCI.
No, it came on CAB.
CAB.
Yeah. I mean that other group. So
CAB.
how is that possible?
CAB. It doesn't come. Anyway.
No, it's because I'm doing that work.
Oh,
no?
acha.
So they have
What is
given
the
this-
team?
Yeah.
Just-
What?
Washington Sundar at number 3.
Washington Sundar at number 3. What's going on here? This is the most
Fair call.
surprising. This is the most surprising thing I have ever seen.
They have fooled us. They have
They
fooled
have
all of us.
completely fooled
They have
all
fooled
of
all
us.
of us.
Okay, so once again, this is your team. You have KL Rahul, Yashasvi Jaiswal in the opening slot. You have Washington Sundar. You have Shubman Gill. You have Rishabh Pant at number 5. Ravindra Jadeja at number 6. Dhruv Jurel at number 7. Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj. So Sai Sudarshan dropped and Washington Sundar at number 3. So Wow. So Aksar and Kuldeep both keep their place in the team. Nitish Kumar Reddy out, Sai Sudarshan out. Quite an interesting team selection. A horses for horses approach.
But I think it's a very pragmatic, very intelligent team selection.
Yeah.
And I give credit to the Indian team management. That's why they are the team management. They have Sai Sudarshan out, Washington Sundar. I think they have taken very right call. As far as I am concerned, I am not belittling Sai Sudarshan even one bit. But personally, I think Washington Sundar is a better batsman. Washington
At number
Sundar
three?
at number three because and he is a designated number three at for Tamil Nadu. He is a designated number three for Tamil Nadu. So he is a very good batsman. That's a very good call.
That's a very good call. I'm surprised
In
that
fact,
the
after the England series, I wrote a piece for our Rave Sports advocating that India should use Washington Sundar at number three for in home tests.
it makes absolute sense because Washington Sundar is also a great player of spin.
Yes, he's a fantastic player. This is South Africa team. Aiden Markram, Ryan Rickleton, Wayne Mulder, Temba Babuma, Tony Dizozzi, Tristan Stubbs, Kyle Vernian, Simon Harmer, Marco Jensen, Corbin Bosch, Keshav Maharaj.
That was the expected 11.
Yes.
I don't think they've done anything.
No, except for that Rabada.
Rabada, the Corbin
that
Bosch
was
coming
forced.
in. That was a forced change, but apart from that, wow, this team India, I like this team India. I like the looks of this team. I
Absolutely.
actually do like the looks of this team because it gives you the batting with Aksar. So you bat till number 8 solidly.
Yeah.
Kuldeep can also. Pitch in with the bat a little bit, but you bat till 8, solid bat till 8. You also get the options of 4 spinners. You get Washington Sundar, you get Akshar Patel, you get Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav, and then you have your 2 pacers. So this is a wonderful team for a home team, for a home
This is the right
test.
call. This
Yeah.
is the right call. Yes, absolutely.
This is one of the best teams I've ever seen now that I'm looking at it. That was a very, like you rightly said, this is one of the most intelligent team selections that we've seen for a home test and a wicket like
And
this.
we should have preempted it. We failed to do it
Yes.
because we are, and in fact
We were only talking about one
and
spot.
the way the team's thought process was that Shai Sudarshan they are investing on him long term. So I thought that would be the case, but this is the pragmatic. I think the team management refused to take any chances
Yeah.
because if they would have dropped Kuldeep in a home test, there would have been a massive uproar. So from that point of view, I think they thought about that and eventually took the right call.
Absolutely. This is, and BCCI is posting the India 11 just now.
Right now.
I got it before them.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So
Okay.
this is what we had to talk about.
This is what we had to talk about, and I don't think any of us expected this. We were, going after that one spot. I think that's where we made a bit of a mistake when it comes to our reporting, that we weren't thinking of number 3, because in my head it was the fact that Gautam Gambhir continuously spoke about
it was
giving
not
a
your
long.
fault, not my fault. The fact of the matter is that the thought process of the Indian team,
Yes.
the way it is, that they always gave us the impression that Sai Sudarshan is a long-term investment,
Yes.
and they will back him, and that number 3 position will not be tinkered with. That impression. But this is horses for courses, and this is the right call. We have to give credit to them
Credit
for
where is due.
the credit where is due. Simple as that.
This is lovely, but South Africa batting first. Are you a little bit concerned?
Not really. If India can make inroads, I don't see. I mean, at the end of the day, Shubman Gill has lost so many tosses, but he has won Test matches. At the end of the day, it's about winning the game, not about the toss. Toss is something you cannot control.
I know.
So, what to do? He doesn't have any control over that part of the game, which is toss. But his team is good enough to negate that factor and win this game. India. Using the early moisture, I expect India to make some inroads in the first session.
I hope so. I hope so too, because with the kind of wicket that we're seeing, I am.
And also
hoping-
the moisture this time of the year in Calcutta. they are rude beneath in there.
Should we close the show then?
Yeah, we should
Or
close
should we
that.
ask if Boria wants to give his final comments
Yes,
and then
yes, yes.
should I yell from here?
I'm going. You.
Where are you going?
I'm going to ask him. You hold the fort. You are better than holding the fort than me.
Okay. So let's talk about it. We haven't seen the comments in the entire live, so tell me, what a poor 11. No, it's not a poor 11, Jay. This is actually one of the most intelligent, like we said, this is now the third time that we're saying this, intelligent team selections that we're seeing, because you get very strong, very strong batting till number 8. You get 4 spin options, and you obviously have your 2 premier pacers in Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah. One of the most intelligent team
Best teams.
selections that
Best
we've
team.
ever seen.
I have zero problems with this
no,
team.
pleasantly surprised.
You remember I had said this in England that Washington Sundar can
At
be
number
your number
three.
3.
Yeah.
And I had actually done multiple copies on Washington Sundar at number 3. Shomik inadvertently said Washington Sundar bats at number 3 for Tamil Nadu at the start of this
Yes.
show. So he said that, but frankly, they've stumped us.
Yeah.
But this is
They're
a good
absolutely.
team. This is a very good team. You've given yourself spin. You have left arm spin. You have left arm wrist spin. You have right arm off spin. Plus you have your 2 fast bowlers. You've lost the toss, yes, but आपके पास सारे options हैं. So you have all your bases covered in terms of options. Now the point is, the first hour and a half, there will be whatever you do, not water for the last couple of days, etc. Eden Gardens will still
Will
offer
give you
assistance.
swing. Yeah.
Yes.
And there, Jasprit Bumrah playing his first test match at the Eden Gardens needs to come in. Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj needs to come in. Get a couple, get inroads into South Africa. This will be a good batting deck from session 2. At least till the first 2 sessions of day 2. So you have to get early wickets. You must get early wickets to get in. But with this combination, Gautam Gambhir has made a statement again.
100%.
Remember, he said, I want to put players into the deep end. He's put Washington Sundar into the deep end. It'll either be Sundar or Jurel. One of the two. In the team list, it is listed as Washington Sundar at number 3. It could also be Dhruv Jurel, given the back that he's coming at the back of
exactly.
200s. Yeah, but again, that's India. They are pushing people into the deep end. Washington Sundar, yes. And if Washington Sundar succeeds, imagine what that means. You've got an all-round option who's batting at number 3. Washington Sundar, in the limited opportunities that he's got as a batter, has stood up. In Manchester, he stood up. In the Oval, he stood up. It's an intelligent side, Shomik. Very
Lords
intelligent
as well.
side. You've done well.
Yes. Should
we end?
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap up the show now. Let's take predictions. First session, how many wickets is India taking?
3.
Wow. What about your thoughts?
I would say 2 or 3.
I say 2. I say 2.
Khatam.
Okay. All right. We'll see you at lunch. So don't forget to join us then. We'll be back very soon. A very interesting test match awaits us. A horses for courses approach from the Indian management. So let's see what this Team 11 can go out there and achieve. Thank you.
Thank you. See, even here,
Lots of dew.
lots of yeah.
Okay, we're talking about dew and we're still live. Swapnil, you need to end the show. So you can see that even outside of cricket, we're still talking about cricket. Even when we're not working. Swapnil, you need to end the show.
I nearly got a heart attack.